Ooh, do, do, do. Ooh, ooh, do, do, do. Ooh, do, do, do. But do. I guess that's as clean as it's gonna be. Oh, maybe the lighting just looks a little better when I slide it over. Gotta keep on my hat. It's a little chilly still outside. It's like 19 degrees. Not too chilly. Not too chilly today. Compared to yesterday, relatively warm. I think it was like 2 degrees when I started my show yesterday. 19 degrees feels fairly balmy. Hello, Midlife Crisis. Hello, yeah. Frank Ang. And yeah, it feels kind of balmy. I'm wearing a real light shirt, a long sleeve shirt, and then a shirt I'm going to work out in a little later. Yesterday, I think I tried this same strategy, and I was pretty darn cold when I went outside. I tell you what, it doesn't feel great to be pretty darn cold. But that's the way I felt most of the day. I mean, I was okay. But I woke crazy early, hurried to Starbucks, was the first customer. Although I was the first customer of the day, even though I was 12 minutes later. The barista said, yeah, our best customer first. And I go, oh, let's not limit it. You might still have some great customers coming in today that are chanting your names, going, yay, Chris and Willow, the best Starbucks employees ever, yay! Chris was just waking up, so he wasn't so down with it. But Willow thought it was a great idea that they might still have some customers coming in that really make a difference in their day. Other than me, of course. I think I struggle with that, trying to make a difference in people's day. Maybe I'm trying to make a difference in your day by doing Coffee with Ken. I think I got married once trying to make somebody's day. Make somebody's life. Fix, save, change people. I was thinking about reaching out to a friend yesterday. I was worried about her a little bit. And maybe that's just a good quality to have. And maybe my active mind is going, come on, Ken, you can't even take care of yourself and you're worried about all these other people. Get your head out of your ass, Ken. That's what my active mind says. My active mind is very mean to me. He swears at me. It makes me uncomfortable. Hello, Julie Flanagan. Hello, Heather Fitzgerald. Hello, Mosey. Hey, Mosey, thank you for sending me whatever gift you sent me. I appreciate it. It's very kind of you. But anyway, good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Thursday morning. It is January 16th. I'm going to emphasize that. I'm going to emphasize to everybody that, because we're already half the way through January. We're on the second half of January. I know you're going to say, hey, it's still January. We've got a ton of year left. But if you keep watching my show and you keep following along, suddenly February, and then you're picturing the calendar flipping like in the movie where the calendar's flipping or the sheets are being torn off. And pretty soon it's going to be December 28th and we're going, what the hell happened to 2025? So hug your little ones, kiss your loved ones, smell the flowers, appreciate the sunrise, and enjoy your morning. Enjoy your morning. So anyway, this is a show I have been doing for quite some time. It is a show about me talking. It is a show about me sharing some feelings, kind of sharing some experiences as we go through life, as we go on the journey that is life. I don't know. It's a show where I get to release my active mind and kind of dump thoughts and experiences and weird little stuff that seems to happen to me. Weird little stuff that seems to happen to me as I go through my day. And maybe I kind of go through my day with eyes wide open and I engage with the baristas who are half asleep. I mean, one of them was half asleep. One was wide awake and was very enthused, I will have you know. And I share those stories with you. And apparently you like to hear them, because here you are. Annette, thank you so much for following the Live Creator. I appreciate when anyone follows the Live Creator. I've got big goals for 2025. I would like Coffee with Ken to be self-sustaining, me able to cover all my financial responsibilities and put whatever the heck roof over my head that I want by the end of the year. Currently, I'm, well, we'll get to that in a minute. I don't want to get sidetracked. I'm in a kind of cool car. I got some coffee to attend to. Let me take some, I brushed my teeth. You'll be happy to know I brushed my teeth before I headed out of the house today. Kind of have that toothpaste, pasty, thirsty feeling. Blanco Banks, thank you so much for all the likes. You're slamming the likes. We just flew by 1,000 likes, and I'm still doing my introduction. It's going to be a great show when that happens. But anyway, excuse me. For those that have been watching a while, you know this is not just a show about me talking. It's really just a show about me talking. The whole coffee thing is just for the alliteration, because Coffee with Ken sounds good. Well, I do drink a lot of coffee, and I drink a lot of coffee, but I'm not a coffee expert. I don't want to open a coffee shop. I don't want to work in a coffee shop. I mean, I've applied at coffee shops. I applied with this guy. The guy knew well. He was manager, Ryan, that worked here. He was manager, store manager. That was a pretty big position. I hadn't come in here in a month, and he wasn't here. And I go, hey, Ryan's still working here? No. I felt there was much more to the story. There was much more to the story, but I didn't peel off any layers. But I certainly was curious. Let your mind wander. Run wild on what could have happened. Coffee is a good business. Coffee Sniper ZZ. It is a good business. It's a very low-key drug, if you will, that seems to not have all the evil side effects of many others. And it's warm. So that's pretty good. So anyway, as I was saying, for those that have been watching a while, it's not just a show about me talking. You know, it is also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I've got a nice hot cup of coffee. I didn't even specify what flavor. I mean, there's only 3. They got their blonde roast, their Pike Place, and their dark roast. It's probably the Pike Place. Let's just assume it is. And I am excited to have my first sip at this almost perfect hour. Not that 6 is like the perfect hour, but it's the perfect hour, I think, for one to do a morning coffee talk show. People are waking up. They don't usually have to be off to work yet. And they're about to have their first sip of coffee. So my hope is wherever you are and whatever you're doing, that you got a hot cup of coffee as well. Cheers to us. Oh, I forgot what I did. Talked about it a little yesterday. I found a guy with a basement for let. I like the way that sounds, for let. I think that means for rent. Sounds British. Or maybe that's what a flat is. But he had a basement for rent, and we're kind of trying it out. I got a big personality. He's got a home. It's his home. Don't want to cause any discomfort, so we're just trying it out. And the first night there, he made me a cup of coffee on his French press. And he recommended fairly strongly I put a little cinnamon in it, because he always does. And I did. And I loved it. So, this morning, as I'm ordering my coffee from Chris, my barista, I asked him to put a little cinnamon in it. And he goes, in the bottom or the top? And I go, well, I actually asked him if they had a packet of cinnamon. He goes, no, but we got a shaker. And he did. He put it in the bottom. And I said, you know, when you pour the coffee in, it'll probably all stir up. And I forgot I'd done it. And I took that first sip, and you saw my response. Let me have a second. Oh, so good. Blanco Banks, you've been on before. You have been on before, but you are very active slamming the likes today. And we got a pretty nice audience forming here this morning. We got 68 people going on. Jason recommends nutmeg next time. That might be good, but I don't know. I mean, I don't doubt nutmeg might be nice. But I'm feeling really good with this cinnamon. Well, Blanco Banks, I appreciate that. Yeah, if anyone wants to, I'd like my audience to grow. There's no doubt about it. I love the audience that I have, but again, I have big goals this year. I'd like to be financially independent off revenue from Coffee with Ken. I would like to have grow my followers. I think I share a message of positivity, of experience, of hope, of faith, of goodness, of warm coffee with cinnamon in it. And it's a message worth sharing. And because of that, I'd like it to grow, and people seem to like to watch me talk. People seem to like to watch me talk. And I like to talk. So it kind of works out well. So if you like the live, you follow the live, you share the live, you subscribe to the page, if you feel so caring to send out a rose or a coffee magic, that's always appreciated as well. Kendra asks, what are we talking about today? I don't know. We're just getting going, Kendra. We're just kind of getting going. I'm about 15 minutes into my show. I'm enjoying my coffee with cinnamon. Julie Flanagan, thank you so much for sharing the live. Aren't you a sweet thing? Lisa Country Charm. I love the sound of that. Follow the live creator. And Josh Mack wants to dive into politics. Do you guys want me talking politics? I mean, I don't have any. Somebody asked, what do I think of Trump? Tribe Mom says no. Chipbot says sure. So we're in my casual poll. We've got one says yes and one says no. Sean says I'm going to offend somebody. Well, I appreciate that, Sean. But my biggest issue isn't, because we shouldn't be offended if I talk politics a little bit. I think I'm a nice guy. I should be able to have a conversation about something. And here's my other thought, is you can't worry about offending somebody, Sean. Because I have viewers right now that are offended by me every day. Like Dr. Hoot. Dr. Hoot is offended by me every day. Dr. Hoot, you look at, says mean things to me all day, every day, and is a troll. Political talk is a downer. See, now I could see that. But people get upset. Some people are very passionate. And this might be a great conversation in and of itself. But people get upset. So if people get upset, I shouldn't talk about something? And I'm not saying you're wrong. But I'm saying, and I didn't even want to talk about Trump. But somebody asked me to talk about Trump. And I immediately said, no, I don't want to. I'm just getting started. I like to kind of talk about whatever. I mean, I'm not all fired up or going to say anything offensive either way about Trump. But I'm going to just explore this as a topic of my own. Somebody said, isn't your goal to spread joy? I think I'm going to change that. My goal's not to spread joy. My goal is to be who I am and who God intended to be. Who intended me to be. And what I have found, when I am the bestest version of myself, 90% of people love it and are joyous, hanging with me, talking with me, having coffee, watching my show. 10% of the people hate it. And I just can't worry about that 10% anymore in life. I can't worry about that 10% in life at all. I wasted too much time, too many years. Too many years trying to make everybody happy. I talked about it at the beginning. You know? So my goal is to be myself. And, And by doing that, it seems to spread cheer. I just kind of realized something. Thank you, Chip. GFHBGH said it's not that hard to be yourself and not offend people. Okay, how do you know, GFBGH? How would you know? Did I discuss the coffee making in the morning with my roommate? Good morning, Amy Sue. How are you today, Amy Sue? Good morning, Carla. Brian says he's good morning, 3.5 years sober, done with workout and on the way to AA meeting. Way to go, Brian. Congratulations. What a great start to your morning. And congrats on 3.5 years of sobriety. That's awesome. Way to go. Workout's a great way to start the day. Kind of takes the edge off. I rarely start my day with a workout. Kind of start my day with coffee and build up the momentum. Pick up my kids. I added a new stop on the pickup to kid. I have two little beautiful ones. I also have two beautiful older girls, two little ones, 2 and 3.5. And I have them for 4 or 5 hours in the morning, and don't have a place that I can take them back to called home just yet because I'm staying at a new guy's place, and we're still seeing how we feel. But I've been enjoying stopping at McDonald's on the way and getting a big breakfast because the kids love the pancakes. And they don't even eat the hash browns. I try. I show them the hash brown. And I go, well, more for me, but they're delicious. They're so crispy and hot. Sometimes I'll get them to take a mouthful of egg, but a lot of times it'll just come right back out. I'll tell you what doesn't come right back out are the pancakes. So it kind of feeds them, kind of makes sure they're hydrated because we drink a lot of water or juice or whatever, mostly water. We're trying to cut back on the juice a little bit. They've had some upset tummies. And, Kendra, I don't think you're here for good intentions. I mean, I know we've got several people here that aren't here for good intentions. My screen's filled with it right now. If there's a moderator, we've got several people here that aren't here for good intentions. My screen's filled with it right now. If there's a moderator, we've got several people here that aren't here for good intentions. My screen's filled with it right now. If there's a moderator out there, could you just get rid of everybody on the screen and start fresh, including Kendra? Please. If not, I'll do it myself, but it might pause the action. It might pause the action. All right, I'll just do it myself. Oh, we got one. Thank you, Julie Flanagan. I appreciate that. Thank you, Chip. Yeah. When you got a pack of trolls running through a neighborhood, it's like cockroaches. You're best to just step on them all at once. So that feels good. Thank you, guys. Where was I? Oh, pancakes. Stopping at pancakes. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun sharing my little ones with people. It's tiring going in and out, but at the McDonald's we stop in, I got a parking spot right near the front. And although Eve almost insists on walking everywhere she goes, even though she thinks it's funny to start running away. And since we're driving around in a car, and we're in parking lots. We're going in and out of businesses. And she can't run around, no matter how much she likes to. And Augie can't do it either, because it's dangerous for him. So, but it's a nice place, and it feels nice sharing them, and people smile, and people think it's funny that I'm pulling my hair out as I chase my little ones around Starbucks or Culver's or the gym or the library. And in some ways it is. And in some ways, since I'm divorced. I'm not with them at home. I don't tuck them into bed. And I miss that. Maybe it's this way because I get a whole lot of parenting packed into 4 hours time. And I tell you what, by the time I drop them back off at their mama's house, they're ready for a nap. A lot of times they'll be sleeping on the car ride home, and I am ready for a nap. I went to a coffee shop down in Plainfield by where their mama lives called Crema. And I got in there and I got some water. I wasn't totally sure if I really felt like a cup of coffee right away. And I sat in this nice soft chair in the back. And it was probably like 1:30. And I'd been up since like 4. And had been with my little ones for 4 or 5 hours, totally on the road, going in and out and entertaining to the max. Loving on them to the max. And I started feeling really tired. And I don't know if it felt like in school when you start drifting off during a class, but I am telling you what, I wanted, and I did, I without a doubt fell asleep in the coffee shop. Not like totally laid out, but I was like doing one of those for sure. And the chair was so comfortable and it didn't seem to bother anybody. So I kind of did it for a little while. And after about 45 minutes of nodding in and off, I said, well, we better head on back to Naperville. I feel a little better, got a couple cat naps. Let's go stop at my Starbucks on the way home. And stopped into Starbucks and ordered a coffee and didn't feel like had about half of it and was still tired. Didn't feel like drinking it. So went back to my new home. And as I said, I rented out the basement. And so it was dark and kind of cool. Got a heating blanket in there. I got my sleeping bag. Got a nice bed. And laid in bed for a little while. And about 3 o'clock, I kind of started dozing off. And suddenly it was 6 o'clock. And then I said, wow, what happened? Then it was 9 o'clock. Then it was 12 o'clock. Then it was 2 o'clock. Then it was 5 o'clock. And I was so spent yesterday. And it felt so nice being in a warm, safe place after I'd done my most important things of the day, like spending time with the kids and doing my show and editing videos and reaching out to a couple people that I thought needed reached out to yesterday. Got a good workout in as well. So it was a great day yesterday. Okay, hold on here. Andrea Weber Piazza. Wait, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Wait, where'd you go, though? I appreciate that. She goes, oh, okay, well, can I talk about her? Yeah, you guys keep doing your job. I don't mean to scold you, but I wanted to address it. Andrea Weber Piazza, who I am sure was a troll account, said, you are so weak. A true content creator doesn't get their feelings hurt. And I wanted to address that for a little bit. Why? Why does a true content creator not have feelings? Why does the fact that I have feelings and I have emotions and I'm a real human being disqualify me from being a true content creator? Seriously. I am a true content creator. I'm a true content creator with feelings and doesn't like when people say endless horrible things to me. Somehow having feelings disqualifies one from being a content creator. So the definition of a content creator has no feelings. Doesn't get feelings hurt. I think the difference between me and what these people and what they don't get is what she calls a true content creator are the masses that are selling something, needing eyeballs, worrying about an audience, trying to desperately to grow their audience. Where I've realized, but being who I am, and who I am has feelings and doesn't like people saying endlessly negative things about me or disagreeing with everything I say or gets bored with it. And because of that, I'm doing this because I want to. And all of you, I got 142 people watching right now. Tells you something good is happening here. Tells you something good is happening here. It tells you it's working. I remove more viewers from my show, and that person called me weak for doing it. I'd say I just have good taste, and I'm careful about who I hang out with. And I don't need friends so badly that I hang out with bad people. I've got lots of friends. And they're good people that care about others and that are kind and will pat you on the back and do good things and are good dads and good moms and great friends. I don't need people around just to have a crowd. I have a crowd of good people. I'll tell you what, that is an amazing crowd to be with. I go to the gym, I go to church. Where I am, everywhere I go, people are smiling and laughing. It's amazing being me. It is amazing being me. It is. Because I'll walk into an Aldi and I'll talk to a cash register and they'll laugh and they'll go, hey, that's the best part. This is the high point of my day. I don't know why. I don't know why. But the one thing that'll throw me off course is hanging out with bad people. I don't know why anybody does. I guess I do know why some people hang out with bad people. Because they're probably bad people with no friends and can't get a good friend or a good companion or get in a kind conversation. Yeah. Yeah. Amy Sue, by the way, you said you had a sore throat earlier. Sore throats aren't any fun. Sore throats aren't any fun. Joey asked, do I still go live in the evening? Well, it's not a hard and fast rule, Joey. Because if you noticed, if anybody out there was tuning in wanting to talk to me live in the morning, or live last night, I didn't make it. I did not make it. And I'll tell you what, I went to sleep at like 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. I thought about going out into my car and doing a live show, half asleep, just to keep it up, keep up the good streak. But then I was comfy in bed, and it was cold outside. I didn't have any coffee. So I stayed in bed. I turned over. I maybe edited a video or two. Posted them. Grew my audience. And got some desperately needed sleep. I'm sorry, Carla. I am sorry to anybody that was looking for me last night. I think if I was going to design the perfect times for me to go live, it'd be 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. So it's not a hard and fast rule. So if anyone wants my schedule, a rough version of my schedule, it would be 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. However, if I'm able to sleep during either of those hours, I probably won't be doing it. Good morning, Kelly R. And beautiful. I noticed you were sending me some stuff, but I was talking so much I didn't have a chance to say thank you for the kind gifts. The lightning bolts, the heart puffs. I must be doing something pretty well here on TikTok because every day I get more and more people, and I don't even know if they're people, again, trying to get me to join their live groups. I don't know what it is. Half my followers are these people that are trying to sell me admission into their live groups. I don't know what it means. They never really say what they're talking about. If they offered me something that would enhance your experience or my experience or create more money or build my audience or help in some way, I guess what I'm saying is their sales pitch is amazingly sucky. They always come in and say, hey, love your live. When do you go live? And I used to answer. But I get 30 of them a day. 5:30 to 6:30. We would love you to join our group. We will support you. support me. Like a bra or a jockstrap or something. Hold on, I gotta have a little more of my cinnamon coffee. Oh, Lee Min Ho followed the live creator. Thank you so much, Lee Min Ho, for following the live creator. I appreciate that. Alexandra Hope, thank you for laughing at that. Thank you for laughing at that. Reminds me of a Seinfeld. Oh, it reminds me of a Seinfeld. With the man's ear, or the bro. Where Kramer and George's dad decided to go into creating a bra line for men. And they debated calling it the man's ear or the bro. Both great options. Both great options. Do want you to pay for something. What does that mean, Carla? What does that mean? I don't understand. I'll tell you what, this cinnamon is really good. This cinnamon is really good. What's my time situation like? It's 6:26 a.m. I tell you what, it feels so good to be at this point, because every morning I'm a little oh, these people that asked me to join them. No, I don't know why I'm going to join. I'm not going to join some group if I have no clue what they're doing. Yeah, I'm not sure. They haven't said anything of consequence other than they'll support me. Occasionally they say, send me gifts. All right, somebody's throwing out a little lifeline. Jose followed the live creator. Thank you so much. Well, Carla, if you want to tell them, Carla says she's heard of these agencies. Well, Carla, these agencies got to get better at explaining what value they offer me, because I get 100 of them reaching out a day, and none of them have got me very interested in joining. So I know they exist because they reach out to me all the time. All the time. But I'm not going to connect my social media platform with some outside agency that I don't even know what they're offering. Okay, wait. Somebody said they need help. Life is so hard for me. Are you still there, Mr. OK Best? I wonder if OK Best is still there. If they're there, we might go deeper. John Carlo, thank you for following the live creator. I so appreciate how many people are following the live creator and the nice audience we've had today. We've had a very kind, very sweet, very awesome audience. It's been a wonderful conversation. I guess the guy that said he needs help is gone. Hope he's okay. I think my first thing I'd say is life's hard for a lot of people. And if you stop expecting life to be a fairy tale where, all the seas part and the rainbows come out and the sun shines, that's the first step in feeling a little bit better. Because sometimes it rains, sometimes, we stub our toe. And, I don't know, try and learn a little bit from it. Yeah, Carla and Amy Sue are talking about the agencies. Yeah, no, I get, like 20 people a day reaching out wanting me to join their agency here on TikTok. They don't make it very clear what that even means. Can I give you any advice if those people who hurt/harm you are worth forgiving? Well, I'll say it's probably worth forgiving those that have hurt or harmed you for yourself. Because harboring ill will and anger and resentment. And believe me, I do harbor all those things. So I'm saying it, but I'm saying it to you and I'm saying it to me, that harboring ill will and bitterness towards somebody else doesn't hurt somebody else. It only hurts you. So I would say, figure a way to forgive them. And I'm doing the same thing. However, just because you forgive them does not mean you should have them back in your life. As a matter of fact, don't let them back in your life. Find new people. I wish I was better at this. A lot of times, especially over the last 6 years, I've looked into the rearview mirror and I've seen a mirage of beauty and went back to it. And I'll tell you what, the stove was still hot and burned again. And I think that's what stoves do. And maybe when something finds its way into the rear view mirror of your life, you just keep driving. And don't look back. Maybe to wave every once in a while. Hey! Hey! Hope you're doing well. But other than that, you probably shouldn't look back. Because again, I think we forgive, and we think forgiving means bring them back into our lives. And we think if we get a little better, we get sober, we work on our mental health, we meditate, we work harder, stand on our heads, do whatever, it'll be better. But it takes two people. And if one person is committed to improving themselves and the other person is committed, and I mean committed, to being exactly who they were and what they were and where they were, run for the hills. Run for the hills. Yeah, Giancarlo, I know. You know, I still got bitterness. Hey, Vicky Mora, thank you so much for following the live creator. Thank you so much. We've had a nice audience today. We've had a really nice audience. We got 120 people watching. Oh. Just Beechin asked if I'm married. No, I'm not just Beechin. I'm twice divorced. But I've tried it. I have tried it. And I'm not even against doing it again. But I'm going to do it in a different place than I have before. And from a different perspective and as a different human being. As a guy who won't be drunk the next time he says, I do. Yeah. No wonder I'm divorced twice. Think about that. Think about that. And I doubt it's just me. I'm not saying I'm might not be dumber than the average bear. But yeah. In my mind, I was drinking to take the edge off. And I don't know if I was drunk, but I certainly had drank something before saying I do. Both times. And I'm sure it wasn't one beer or one shot. It was, I wasn't maybe drunk, but my inhibitions were down. And think about it. If you're saying I do with a chemical in your body that reduces inhibitions, and it's not the women's fault. It was my fault. It was me. They were them. But I said I do both times with the lobe that is in charge of decision making in the brain numbed by alcohol. And when you're making what should be the biggest decision of your life, who you're committing to spending the rest of your life with together, and your inhibition lobe is running wild and going, ah! Well, here, drink this. That'll make those inhibitions go down. Yeah, no wonder I struggled in a lot of ways. No wonder I struggled in a lot of ways. In relationships, careers. I didn't even struggle in careers. I think I did okay. I didn't do great. I think I should do better than okay. Did I decide at the ceremony? No, I'm sure I decided before the ceremony, but I was probably drunk then too. The odds were pretty good. The odds were pretty good. Hello, Lisa Strong. How are you? Thank you so much for joining, Lisa Strong. Yeah, and I doubt I'm alone in that. Yeah. Oh, Beautiful's tapping the screen. Did I struggle with detox when I stopped drinking? Not at all, Alexandra Hope. I mean, like a physical sickness? No, but I experienced things in ways I hadn't experienced in years. I had dreams. I felt emotions. I started crying. I started singing, but not too often at that time because I was in mourning. But now I find myself singing all the time. Even as I'm driving down the road, I'll be singing out loud. Yesterday, I was sitting in the chair in there and a One Direction song on. You are my fire, my one desire, whatever that song is. Or it might have been Night Changes, but either way, it was a One Direction song. And I was singing it aloud and reminded me of being downtown Naperville with my two older girls and listening to those songs. And I was singing it and some guy looked over and kind of chuckled. And I go, oh, I'm sorry. Brings back memories. And he goes, memories are good. Memories are good. Now, see, Jenny said, oh my God, don't give people the impression that alcohol withdrawal isn't deadly because it can be. As if I have said something wrong. It's so weird that people would do that. She wants to silence me. She wants to silence me from sharing my experience. And I find that so strange. No, of course I didn't say anything wrong. Of course I didn't say anything wrong. But she wants to silence me. Why would somebody do that? Well, Jenny, it caught your attention. Maybe your attention's focused on strange things. You wanted me to silence and not say my experience, Jenny. And that's frightening to me. That's frightening to me. It caught your attention. You didn't want me speaking my experience. It seems so strange. It seems so strange. I promise you, I could help people get sober. But it almost doesn't seem like we really want people to get sober. And I wonder how that could be, or why that could be. I wonder why that could be. Somebody said that's a bold statement. What, that I could help people get sober? I could. I do. This show helps people get sober. I had people messaging me during the night saying, thank you, you're helping me on my sobriety. They do all the time. I saw a guy yesterday in the gym. By the way, I was naked. I make fun of these people. I was one of them yesterday because I forgot my towel. So I went in, a little side story. I'll get to the point in a minute. But I went in, I go, dang, forgot my towel. And some guy looked at me kind of funny. Usually people would engage, but he didn't. He was staring at me funny. So I went, I showered. I stood in the shower after I was done and dripped for a little bit, but you never drip very dry. So I came out, had my shorts covering my private parts because I'm very shy, and was getting ready and as quick as I could and put my underwear over my wet body and going, ooh, that feels kind of yucky. And a guy looked at me, the guy that I mentioned my towel with earlier, and goes, are you the guy that does the videos here in Naperville? And again, I'm just walking out of the shower, kind of bummed I don't have a towel. I'm wet. I'm wearing wet underwear at this point. I go, yeah, that's me. That's me. And we chatted a little bit as I'm getting dressed, pulling over my wet body clothes. And I said, I'm originally from Downers Grove, but I've lived in Naperville for 15, 16 years now and love it. Beautiful town. He goes, yeah, it is. And he mentioned a bar that he loves in Downers Grove, whiskey bar or something. I don't even remember what it was called. And I go, yeah, no, I stopped drinking about 3.5 years ago now, and it feels great. And he goes, wow, congrats, I need to too. And I looked at him and almost cried saying it now with sympathy. Because he knows. I tell you what, you stop drinking, you get two responses. Envy. I mean, maybe you get other responses, so I'm not trying to paint y'all, but you get a lot of people thinking, congratulations, that is awesome. Because they wish they could. But you also get a response of kind of bitterness by those people that, I don't know, look at you and feel shame for themselves because they know they don't want to, I think. And I felt bad for him a little bit because he wants to stop. He doesn't really want to stop, though, but he thinks he needs to stop. And he can't. Yeah. Every once in a while, I got to do a little self-moderation. And I don't blame you. I don't blame you, moderators. But every once in a while, I'll see a commenter that I've seen every day for too long that fits the bill, that says things that kind of make me feel kind of funny. And unless you're me and you're a moderator, you're going to see the obvious digs on me. Because sometimes they'll even be attacking you. But unless you're me, you won't notice it. So every once in a while, I got to step up and do a little moderation. Just Beechin said, is this a debate show? Why do you say that, Just Beechin? Why does Just Beechin say, is this a debate show? Yeah. I wonder why Just Beechin said that. It just seems like people are debating things. Do you think I'm debating things, Just Beechin? Or am I just talking? Yeah, Lisa Smith said Brown Foreman just laid off 12% of employees due to lower demand. Yeah, no, I think it's amazing how Wall Street isn't very astute. And I think during the COVID years, drinking, especially at home, exploded because we were all trapped at home and the liquor stores were open. Imagine that. And we would sit at home and drink lots of alcohol. And people drank lots of alcohol. And now life's kind of back to normal-ish. And people are out living their lives, going to parks, going to playgrounds, taking kids to school, going to their jobs or whatever they're doing. And people are drinking less at home. But in 2018-19 to 2021-22, there was huge growth in the liquor industry because everybody was trapped at home and drinking alcohol and over-consuming and poisoning their bodies. And Wall Street saw this growth from 2018 to 2022 and extrapolated that out to 2030. But they didn't see the cause for it at all. I talked about it a couple of years ago. What's the bike company? The Peloton. Same sort of thing, same sort of phenomena. People were trapped at home, gyms were closed, people were buying Peloton bikes and pedaling their hearts away at home. And the stock was at 150, and all the analysts were tripping over themselves, thinking this sort of exponential growth in Peloton sales would go on forever. But then the world kind of changed and the parks opened and we could go outside and we could go for a run and we could go to a gym and we could get off our Peloton bikes at home and do exercise outside again. And people stopped buying Peloton bikes and the stock went away, and all the analysts that loved it at 150 say it's no good at 5. And it's weird. And I've been watching the markets for 35, 40 years almost now. It is weird how bad analysts by the biggest, brightest companies in the world are at picking stocks. They don't know at all. As a matter of fact, they don't know at all is you can almost use them as a indicator that if they're all loving something, you should bet against it. And you can, and people do. Oh, we're getting a lot of comments. Hello, Rebecca. How are you? Hey, Rebecca Rodriguez, follow the live creator. Is your employer Peloton? Well, Alexander, you know it then. You know it. You know it. Wow. We got a lot of comments. If the success of my page is based on comments on a given day, we're going to knock the cover off the ball. And maybe it is. And maybe it is. Amy Sue says her tongue is... I love Amy Sue, I'm just picturing you with like a thumb like this, a massive thumb. Not a thumb like this, like a real size. I'm picturing Amy Sue's got two thumbs like this, just huge. It's 6:50. In an hour and 10 minutes. I leave here. I drive to my baby's mama's house. And pick up my little ones. Mm. Mm. Oh, it feels so good. It feels so good. Will we see me tonight? Carla asks if she'll see me tonight. Will you see me tonight? Maybe. Hello, Rockin' Robin. How are you? How are you? I am feeling good. I am feeling good. Hey, well, congratulations, Rockin' Robin. I hope you have an awesome day. I don't know if it's when you say a new consulting gig, are you consulting like a new company you're working for? Or what? But either way, nice job. Nice job. I guess we decided, because we got distracted. I see Josh Mack is here today again. And he asked me about an hour ago what I thought of Trump. And I threw it out to the crowd. Should I talk politics? I think I'll talk politics when I have a need to talk politics. If I see something going on in the world that stirs me to speaking about it, I'll talk about it. And if I don't, I won't. So for me to start just talking randomly about Trump, I don't know, probably get my blood going a little bit. It's funny because Sean earlier said it'll upset some people. And I was going, well, is that relevant? Do I care about that? Is that important? And I don't think it really is, because I'm going to say what I'm going to say. But the real interesting thing and the real curious thing is, if I was talking politics, would it upset me? Would I get worked up thinking politics and Democrats and Republicans and conservatives and liberals and Biden and Trump and Reagan and Jimmy Carter? And does thinking or talking about politics just generally get one's blood pressure going up? Yeah. Hey, Maria Sanchez, thank you so much for following the live creator. Maybe I'll just buy some land and live off grid. That doesn't sound that horrible, Josh Mack. That doesn't sound that horrible at all. There's been so many comments I can't keep track, because Carla just said that's a good thing. I don't even know what she's referring to. But maybe that's okay. Maybe you guys can have your little side chats and such, and I can keep rambling. And maybe that's okay. But it's Thursday morning. It is Thursday morning, and it is 6:54. And I am super excited about my day. And I got 132 people watching. Have you guys all followed my page? Subscribed? Have you? If you haven't, please do, because we're growing pretty quickly today. We've had a great audience. Mike, thank you for following the live creator. I appreciate that. I really do. I talk every morning. I go live every morning. And I talk about life and stuff. And I don't know, people like watching. I like talking. People like watching. Seems like a match made in content creation heaven. And when you have a match made in content creation heaven, you got a recipe for success in content creation. Tanya, thank you so much for hopping on today. I appreciate that. And thank you all for hopping on. It's hard to get off with 120 people hopping on, but I got to post this video. I got to get some more coffee. I got to maybe edit some videos and maybe eat an apple before I head off to my pick up the babies. And Mike asked, is there any money in content? Oh yeah, there is, Mike. Oh yes, there is. Yes, there is. So anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for joining. And again, it's Thursday. It's January 16th. It's about 7 a.m. my time. I so appreciate you guys hopping on and being a part of my show and following along in my little adventure that is life. And I appreciate you, and I appreciate my coffee. I appreciate the lightning sky. I appreciate the Christmas lights that are still in the trees. The beautiful downtown that I'm in right now. The nice drive I'm going to have to pick up my little ones in about an hour. The music I'm going to listen to. The songs I'm going to be singing on the ride. And the love I have in my heart. And I appreciate you guys so much. And again, thank you for joining. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you are feeling good. I hope you are loving yourself. I hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.